what I am doing. Thank you.
Good evening, everybody. I am Tonia Awile Bube, and firstly, I'd like to say it's a privilege to be on this space and to finally get to collaborate on something with Dr. Explore. So currently, I am the head of marketing at TechBridge Integrated Services, which is a software development company located here in Dutse, Ghana State. I'm a tech enthusiast. I'm a growing finance professional with a specialization in investment banking and asset management. It's nice to make your acquaintance.
Yes, thank you very much for that. Maybe after this session, I would connect with you. I'd connect with you. Thank you very much for that. Who is going next? Um, Abibu, Adamu, Mr. Abibu. I don't know. You can unmute yourself and say something. Let's know you. Okay, probably is not here. Charming Angel. Hope you're not charm us today. Sorry, hope you can hear me.
Sure, we can.
Okay, thank you. Okay, Miss Esther, let's hear you.
All right. Good evening, everyone. My name is Esther Obu, and I'm a student of Federal University to see Gawa State. I do sell a whole lot of things. School, any kind of thing that you require to be poor. That's actually what I sell.
So I don't get you sell
Anything in
even
school,
human
like
being.
if you actually say human being, I could say if you want me to tell you, then it's fine. There
Please
are
don't
people
sell
who
human
might.
being. No, please don't sell human being.
Anyway, that's by
Okay, thank you very much. So
yeah,
basically a marketer.
yeah, kind of.
Okay, thank you very much. So Mr. Abibu, I can hear you.
Good day. Good day, sir.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, sir. My name is Muhammad Muhammad. Currently, I'm a student of Federal University. Can you hear me?
Okay, so what do you sorry, can you be audible a little bit more?
Yeah, I'm a student right now in
Okay.
Techy. That's Federal University. That's what
Okay,
I'm
that's
doing.
good.
I'm not, yeah.
So who is going next? Fatima?
Good evening, everyone.
Okay, good evening.
Yeah, my name is Fatima Usman. A serving corps member here in Jose. I'm into photography and partially on video editing and
That's interesting.
also partially on graphics design. Yeah, so that is what I do for now. Thanks.
That's great. Thank you very much. Maybe I'll come and meet you. I'll come and learn from you after this masterclass, after this webinar.
Okay. All right.
Wonderful people in this place. So who is going next? Bezal's design. I can literally tell this is a designer, either fashion designer. Okay, fashion designer. Yeah, Bezal's design. Can you please meet yourself? Okay, if he's not here,
Hello, good evening.
okay, good evening. I can hear you.
I just joined.
Okay, we just need your name and what you do.
Okay, my name is Bethel. I'm a fashion designer. I'm also a fashion tutor. That's what I do.
Okay. Thank you very much for that. I think we have a good numbers of persons here, and we have amazing people here too. Um, okay, going straight forward. Sorry, a minute, please.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, I'm here. Yeah, going forward, basically, we all know why we are here. Basically, we want to come and break technology complexities, like the perception a lot of persons have. Some persons feel we cannot do technology. No, technology is for a certain set of persons. Some persons feel technology is, if you want to be a techie or you want to be into tech, you have to be writing codes, you have to be programming, you have to be doing that, have to be carrying laptop up and down. Some people even think that those techies are those who the Yahoo
Fair enough.
boys, like the frauders. But let's break this perception now and focus on what's actually tech, what is really technology, and what is really tech. When you hear okay, I'm a techie, or when you hear tech,
No, you don't.
what comes to your mind? Please, can you mute yourself, Abibu?
Okay, sir, no problem.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Okay, sir.
So I want to understand what tech is really, what tech is, and not just understanding what tech is. We want to know, we'll also be looking at how we can apply tech to our own lives, to our own skill, to our own what we can do. And we also want to look at how we can leverage tech to make a living, to make lives easier, and probably, of course, to make money, right? Everybody wants to make money. Everybody wants to, of course, be on top. So how can we leverage tech to do, and also how can we grow in tech? It's not is tech is evolutionary, like it's evolving. We cannot say I know tech today. Okay, 5 years ago, there are some things that are tagged techy, or there are some things that when you know them, you are on top of the world. If you limit yourself to that point, then of course today you cannot say you are techy. 5 years ago, how many of us are leveraging AI? How many of us use AI? But today, AI is not the order of the day. ChatGPT is the order of the day. Metaverse is the order of the day. DeepSeek, because it's moving, it's evolving. So we'll look at how we can consistently grow and how we can consistently evolve. Let me just give this definition. Tech is the application of scientific knowledge for practical purpose. We are applying scientific knowledge, what the systems a scientist has, innovator has built in place, or a structure a scientist has built in place for us to what achieve our practical purpose, or for us to achieve our goal, our aim. So there are a lot of systems that have been put in place. Even your phone, you leveraging your phone, of course, is a system that has been put in place for you to achieve whatsoever you want to achieve. And with me today, I'll not be doing this alone. I'm here with, if you look at the flyer, you see there are other two persons on the flyer. So presently the other person is not here, but will likely join us. That's Mr. Victor. He's not here presently, but will likely join us at the course, in the course of the call, or in the course of the webinar. But I want to specially welcome Miss Tonia Willie. She's a tech enthusiast. She's the marketing expert, and should be giving us a view, a perspective to how we can leverage tech and how we can grow in tech. So I want you to just pay attention, pay rapt attention. If you have your question, pen it down. Take notes. It's not enough to, they say the sharpest brain, sorry, the faintest pen is better than the sharpest brain, right? If your pen is faint, but when you try to inscribe, even if you did not write, but you see the sign of inscription, when you need it, you can always go back to that book and recall, or you can always go over it. But if you say you know everything on your head and you just want to put it on your head, I'm sorry, when you would need it, you will forget, because we are all combined with several issues of life. Okay, those that are students, they'll be carrying the issues of the families, issues of the lecturer, classrooms, trying to balance feeding and everything. So there are some things we might not get at that point. But when you remember that I wrote it down somewhere, we can always go back there and refreshing our brain on it. So please and please try as much as possible to jot down things. And of course, in the course of the training, you can always jot down on the chat box. You can try if you have a key point or there's a point that hits you hard, you can put it down on the chat box so that others can also benefit from it. Thank you very much. I want to specially invite Miss Tonia. Miss Tonia, welcome on board.
Thank you very much, Mr. Emmanuel.
Welcome.
Good evening once again, everyone. It's honestly a delight for me to be here and to be able to speak on this topic, breaking tech complexities. Firstly, I would like to reintroduce myself, as I can see that most of us were not around earlier when I did introduction. So, I am Tonia Awile Ebube by name. I am the head of marketing at TechBridge Integrated Services, which is a software development company that is located right here in Dutse, Jigawa State. I'm a tech enthusiast, just as Mr. Emmanuel had stated. I'm also a growing finance professional that seeks to specialize in investment banking and asset management. So we're going to be speaking on a topic this evening, the topic of how exactly do we leverage tech, or how exactly do we expect to grow in tech if we do know how to leverage it. This matter of technology is one that has many bias, that's been infused by the fears of people, fears of men and women who are afraid of something new. We all know that change is not something that is easily accepted in society. So when people experience change, they instinctively they grow a resistance to it. So the main aim of this meeting is to break tech complexities. So I would like you guys to give me your rapt attention as we dive further into the topic. So we keep talking about technology, and we hear things like Techy, Tech Bros, Texas, many variations of the word tech. But what exactly does technology mean? What is technology? Mr. Emmanuel said a bit of it. He said technology refers to the application of scientific knowledge, right? Basically, in simple terms, technology is applying science, applying innovations, and making it something tangible that you can see and use to solve problems around you, that you can see and use to improve efficiency or enhance the quality of life. So, for a definition purpose, I'm going to be saying that again. Technology refers to the application of scientific knowledge, tools, techniques, and systems to solve problems, improve efficiency, and to enhance the quality of life. It involves the development and use of devices. Basically, the development of devices like your phone, your laptop, machines, systems, and even processes. Technology is not limited only to the things that you see. Even a process, a process that is not as tangible as your phone, is a form of technology. To involve development of these things to create and basically optimize various aspects of life and work to enhance it. It exists to make things better. It does not exist to actually destroy. It exists to make things better. That was the initial intention. Although many things can be perverted from their initial intention, right? Whatever has an advantage obviously has a disadvantage. We're going to be talking about how exactly can we leverage this technology in our day-to-day lives or in our professional fields. So, like I said earlier, technology signifies change for many, and most times change is not easily accepted. So there exist lots of resistance when it comes to this matter of leveraging technology. Many people believe that technology, or let me use a term that most people are familiar with, artificial intelligence. Many people believe that it is a weapon that has been built to take their jobs from them or to render them without use. But honestly, it's actually a tool, but only the hands of those who can wield it to their advantage. If you do not learn to wield it to your advantage, then definitely to become a weapon because others will wield it to their advantage and you'll be on the opposite side of the game. So the main point here is, would you wield technology as a tool to your advantage, thereby leveraging it, or would you buy into the illusion of it being a weapon? That's a question I want you to ask yourself. If technology is something we cannot control, in the sense that we cannot stop it from developing, because as time goes on, it is innovation. Technology is basically innovation, is the application of science to build systems that to make life easier. We think technology just stops at the digital aspects. The fact that now there's ChatGPT, there's AI. Yes, these are forms of technology, but then there are also basic forms of technology. For example, there's a time when people start on just um, the root of trees. Basically, like you come around, you sit on a tree that's probably been cut down, you make something out of wood. But then now we have chairs, not just plastic chairs. We have different forms of chairs that makes life easier. That's a form of technology, an application of science, an innovation that came about as a solution to solve a problem. So you cannot exactly stop this as long as mankind evolves. You cannot exactly stop this. So the question is, would you stay on the opposite side of it? Would you continue to fight something that cannot exactly be fought? Or would you wield it as a tool to your advantage? Would you leverage it? Because many times we experience changes, but we should all learn to view this change in this perspective. This change, is it something that has come to stay? If it has come to stay, how exactly does it impact my life? Or if you find a negative impact to it, is there a way I can counter? Is there a way I can counter this negative effect? Is there a way that I can turn this around to my advantage? When you begin to think like this beyond technology, you find yourself wielding other aspects, other things that might arise as tools to your advantage. So, with that being said, I really do hope that we're all on the same page. I wish there was a way to know if we are all hearing me and following through, but I would like to believe in good faith that we are. And if we have questions, like it was stated, kindly put it down in the chat box. I'll be able to see, or if you cannot hear, I'll be reading through and I'll be able to know what's going on. So, we're going to be talking about the use of tech, how it can be applied in various fields and disciplines. I'm going to be making two broad classifications. We have in the professional field and then in the field of entrepreneurship, right? How can we leverage tech in these broad classifications of fields? So the essence of this is to help bring us into the light of the placement of tech in the field that we find ourselves in. I might be unable to touch on every possible application of technology, but this is to build a framework upon which you can build upon through research. Because I would not be able to touch every single thing, but this should be enough to show you that truly technology is something that can be applied in any field you find yourself in. If you study international studies, study the language, French, if you studied medicine, if you studied law, accounting, or if you are just a person who seeks to grow a business that sells water or that sells fruits, there is an application of technology in that field that you find yourself in. There is an application of technology, digital technology. There is. There is. So, moving on to the first classification, which is professional fields. Technology has transformed how professionals across various industries work. It has offered them with tools.
Sorry, Miss Tonia, I can't hear you again. Hope the network is not from my end.
I can't hear her too.
Okay, probably our network out. Let's wait for a few minutes. In a short while, she'll join us back. Probably a network. Hope we are all jotting down. Hope we are learning from what she's saying. Hope we are learning from what she's saying. Please jot down. Like she said, technology can be applied to every field, no matter what you're doing. There's always a place for tech. There's always a place for innovation. There's always a place for development. So please and please, break that perception of I'm selling fruits or I'm selling bag. I just need to post on WhatsApp or I'm selling this. No, there is a place for tech. Get to that place for tech and leverage it. It will stand you out amidst other persons. Yes, of course, you are not the only one doing whatsoever you are doing. You are not doing. There are 1,000, in fact, 1,000,001 persons doing the same thing. Yes, and just look for that place. Okay, I think she's back. Look for that place of technology and leverage it so as to make you stand out. Yeah, she's back. Miss Tonia, we lost you at some point. Can you hear me?
Okay, good evening.
Sorry, we can't hear you. You can unmute yourself and speak, please. We still can't hear you.
Yes, I can hear you
It's
now. I'm
okay. Do is slightly breaking
sincerely
from your end.
sorry.
Can you hear me? Hi. This network is a liar. We'll get the best from this. That I know.
Had the
Sorry, we still
network
can't. We can't hear you.
interruption.
Please, a short while. In a short while, rectify this. Let's just hold on a while. A little more.
Can you hear me?
It's breaking. Hmm. Okay. I think you should leave and come back again. Probably the network could
Okay.
be. Okay, I think it's better now.
All right.
Thank you
That's a
very
good
much. You
thing.
can continue.
Thank you too. And I'm really sorry. I'm sure that was quite frustrating for everyone. So I'm going to resume from, I believe I stopped at speaking on the application of technology in various fields. And I gave two classifications. We have in the professional field and then in the area of entrepreneurship. So I was speaking about in the area of professionals. Basically, technology has transformed how many professionals work across various industries. It has provided them with tools and systems that has enhanced their productivity, improved decision making for them, and has even enabled them to work remotely or have digital operations. These were things that were not possible at a certain time, but now are possible because of the age of technology that we are in, the digital age that we are in. So there are some examples of these things. But before we get into those examples, we're talking about breaking tech complexities, right? So I would like us to understand that this particular thing called technology, this particular thing called digital technology, is not something to be afraid of. It's not something to run away from. Everybody has a phone here, I believe so, because we are all on Telegram and it's not installed on wood. We all have a phone here and we've gotten so used to using our phones, right? But it will shock you to know that somebody was born, okay, approximately like 40 to 60 years ago, cannot make use of a smartphone properly. I remember at the time I was younger, way younger, secondary school, I was to teach my godmother, who was a principal, very educated, very learned, how to use a phone. It was the most frustrating thing ever, having to explain things like emojis to her or how a WhatsApp icon looks like. But then after a while, she got used to these things and she was using them effectively. She would send me messages and then I'll be seeing knife and fork in the text. But basically, she got used to these things. So digital technology is not something you should shy away from. Because the truth is, if you can give yourself to learning about it, if you can give yourself to knowing that, okay, this thing, obviously it has come to stay and it has advantages. I want to be able to wield it as a tool. I want to know how to become educated in this regard. Do not stay behind when the rest of the world is moving ahead. except if we would wait for you. If we would wait for you, then yes, I would say you should stay behind. But if you look around, nobody is actually waiting for anybody, and tech is moving, it's advancing. So breaking tech complexities, digital technology is not something to be afraid of, not something to shy away from. It's something to approach with a boldness and a certain grit that you want to actually know what this is about, and you want to be able to wield it excellently in your field. Excellently in your field. So I've given some examples of professional fields which technology can be applied in. But then let's also know that it can be applied everywhere. Everywhere. Actually, digital technology can be applied everywhere to a very large extent. Can be applied even in farming, can be applied. So we have healthcare. Stating some examples, we have healthcare. The healthcare industry now, we have things like electronic health records that helps doctors to share patient data easily and securely. Like now, there's no fear of having to lose certain information. There are ways to better secure this information, not only from damage like fire and other things, but even from unwanted access. Even from unwanted access, you can secure them. We have AI diagnostics. These are machine learning algorithms that assist in analyzing medical images. We all know of X-rays, MRIs, all these scans that are done on the brain. So AI can help. The algorithms that have been written that can help to detect diseases like cancer. So when you go to an hospital or a hospital, sorry, and then you go through a scan and then you detect cancer in your head, and then you are okay. Sorry, let me rephrase that example. Possibly people who go to the hospital and then they have cancer detected in their heads. We should know that this is an advantage that technology has given to us. It makes it easy now to detect such diseases early and then make the treatment possible and more effective. We have education, we have e-learning platforms. Don't know if I've heard of things like platforms such as Coursera, Khan Academy, EDX. EDX is an amazing one, I can tell you. You find various courses for free. Coursera is one too. These things, they provided flexible learning environment. Imagine being able to tell how many hours it would take you to take a class, and then you can schedule your day. That's a flexible learning environment, learning from the comfort of your home, just on your phone. Just on your phone. That's technology. We have artificial intelligence in education. We have how AI can help to tailor a content according to a student, can access a student's learning style and tailor a content according to that. So artificial intelligence has really helped in making life easier. We have finance. We have finance. This is one that I will speak about with so much enthusiasm, as that is my own personal professional field. We have financial technologies such as mobile banking. You know, we all have mobile banks. I hope we all do, because if we do not, then we're not using tech even for efficiency in life. So mobile banks makes it easier for you to make transfer from anywhere in the world to anywhere else in the world. You don't need to walk around with as much cash as people used to walk around with back then. We have cryptocurrency. All these things, they have brought about a revolution in the financial industry. We have the blockchain technology. This provides secure and transparent ways to handle transactions, and also provides us with digital currencies such as Bitcoin. We have AI and data analysis. So AI itself and merged with data analysis, machine learning, basically, it has made it possible to process vast amounts of financial data. You can collect a lot of financial data, process it, and then use that data to predict market trends, use it to assess risk, and even recommend investments. All these are possible because of technology. Then we have fields such as law. We have smart contracts that can now be executed on the blockchain. This enhances transparency and reduces the need for intermediaries. Except, of course, if you are the one who knows how to do it, then they can reduce the need for you. We have technology also helping law firms to manage and analyze massive volumes of legal documents and emails for litigation. We have retail, the one that many of us are obviously aware of, e-commerce. Now you can sit in your home and order something from Shein, which is not even in the country. You can order from Amazon and various e-commerce websites such as that, buying things in bulk, buying things in small quantity, reaching out to manufacturers that are not in your immediate vicinity, and it can be shipped to you. Or like Temu, I really hope there are people who have benefited from that. I'm not one of them, but that's for reasons best known to me. But definitely, that's e-commerce. That's made retail very much easy, very easy. And that application of technology in retail is also the fact that you can be on your phone and you have tailored advertisements, marketing. Like, it's AI that makes that possible. The things you interact with, you are just feeding it with data. It then knows what you like and knows what to suggest to you to buy or what not to suggest to you because it now can tell your taste. It's AI that makes that possible. Technology makes that possible. We also have things like chat bots. These things, you go on websites now, you don't need to wait till a human is actively ready to take your message. There's a chatbot that can help you with issues that you may have. Basic issues that you may have. So I'm moving on to the second classification, which is entrepreneurial innovation. That's in the field of entrepreneurship. How can we take technology and apply it in entrepreneurship itself? There are various ways actually. One of them is how technology has helped entrepreneurs to reach global markets, even from little towns or little states or countries that do not look as though their economy are as great as it should be. You can reach the global markets by reason of technology. How exactly? We have e-commerce and digital marketing. We have e-commerce and digital marketing. Social media. I listened keenly when Mr. Emmanuel was speaking and he spoke about how he's into social media management. So we have social media platforms, the use of influencers, platforms like TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. It enables entrepreneurs to reach large audiences. You think about it, yes, many people create content for various reasons, but imagine being a business owner. Do you know how many rounds you would have to make, how many walks you'd have to make to be able to get 20,000 engagements, like in real life, if without the use of a phone? But then now you can, from the comfort of your home, create an appealing content, post it, and direct it to the right users, and you have 20,000 people. If you have 20,000 people viewing a particular product and 15,000 of them is like a targeted audience, people that love that product, there's a large percentage of that will come into your sales, if not all of it. A large percentage of it, and it reduces the physical strain. It's more efficient. It has more results and less effort. That's efficiency. Then we have the use of search engine optimization. I think I mentioned that already. Google ads, Facebook ads, to target customers effectively and to build your brand with minimal cost. A minimal cost. And sometimes the cost of things is not only in the financial value of it. There are other costs. We have opportunity cost. The cost of the cost forgone of you having to do these things strenuously and still not even get to that amount. But then definitely there's work to be done, even with technology being present. That's another tech complexity that we need to break. Technology is not here to take away the job from you. Not exactly. People talk about robots when people want to build an argument as to why technology is a negative effect on society. Talk about robots. We are not living in a fantasy world. No matter how great robots will get, I tell you, there are people who build them. There's still a place for the human resource. You cannot completely eliminate it, but you can reduce it. That's why you need to keep scaling up. Make yourself indispensable. Make yourself indispensable. Create value in your field. Take whatever weapons people tend to throw at you and make it into a tool and wield it for your advantage. So that's another tech complexity to break there. Technology is not a magic wand, doesn't make everything completely like takes away the work from you exactly, just makes it easier for you. And you find out that even with the application of technology, things are still hard. You would think washing machine is supposed to be like the easiest thing to do. Tell you, people who have made use of it to a point will also tell you that it's hard. It's hard. Not because it's hard, it's easier compared to washing manually. But my point is, it doesn't take away the place of you having to do something, but it makes it more efficient. Now you can entrust your child of 7-year-old to wash clothes because now all he has to do is press buttons. So efficiency. Then we have other areas of technology in entrepreneurship, such as networking and collaboration. There are online collaboration tools that enables you now to meet with people that are not your immediate environment. We have Slack, we have Zoom. You can hold standard meetings on Zoom with participants from across the nation. We have global hiring too. You can find people to hire as entrepreneurs. You need to build your workforce. Sometimes it's not nobody. I don't think lots of people still post banners with something wanted on them. All you have to do is just go online, go to a website, publish an ad that you are seeking this, a job ad, and people would apply for the job. Put the location of where your business is. People would apply. It even increases the range of people that you get because if you post it in front of your door, it's only those who pass your street that would see it. So these are ways you can apply technology as an entrepreneur. There are apps such as Upwork, Fiverr, LinkedIn. These things they allow you to hire talent globally and even on a small scale level if your business is an SME. We have business process automation too. You can now do things like scheduling of emails, customer support. I spoke about this earlier. That's chat boxes. You can also use technology to leverage on the fact that you can take data from your customers, analyze this data and understand, okay, how many people buy from me in a month, how many people do not buy, what's their reason, and things like that. Data collection is a whole new aspect, but I'm just bringing that in here. Also, technology also allows entrepreneurs access to global markets. Now you can also apply to sell your products on platforms like Amazon, eBay, and the likes, Alibaba, Jumia, things like that. So those are but a few of the things. I'm also open to learning more because there are various fields that technology can be applied in various ways that even I am not aware of. Mostly because I've not done my research in that regard, because I'll obviously focus on where I have been called into, maximizing my knowledge to build myself up. So this is me telling you that if I've not mentioned your field or you have a field, you should be seeking to know how can I apply this. This is a tool that is working effectively in this field and in that field. How can I apply it in my field? How can I bring about innovation? How can I make my job easier and more effective, more efficient? You have people asking the question that you put in less hours at work. How do you make more result than we do? Technology can be the answer to that. So how then do we grow in tech? That's the second aspect of this topic. We've talked about how to leverage tech, talking about how to grow in tech. I'm going to be giving three major points. One is to gain knowledge. Second is to stay up to date. And the third is grit and determination. Going to be attaching an image in the chat box. Sent it. If network permits, you would see it. So moving on how to grow in tech, we have gain knowledge. You need to build a strong foundation in the major concepts of any area of tech that you're involved in. There are basic concepts that you should know. For example, if it's programming that you want to go into, if it's data analysis you want to go into, or graphics design like our host, Dr. Explore, there are major concepts in these areas that you need to build yourself in. Grow in them, learn about them. What's programming about? What does it open up itself to be? When you see the broad picture, then come back and start small and build yourself at the foundation of it. Make use of online courses. Use Udemy, use Coursera, use EDX, use these things to grow, ask questions, research a lot. I remember, I think I was about to get into the university and I was, like I said, I'm a finance professional and I was researching on the blockchain. I wanted to understand more about the blockchain. I studied accounting. Okay, I had not studied accounting at the time, but I knew I wanted to study accounting. But I kept asking myself, how can I integrate tech into accounting? I didn't know then about other things like data analysis, financial technologies. I remember searching them for white hats. White hats are basically hackers who test the security of the system built by a company, like test the penetration risk attached to that. And I was just asking myself questions. I was researching for blockchain. Point is, you will build yourself, use your search engines, go online, research, learn about these things. When you check the broad picture, you see what it entails, how it can relate to you, then you come back small and begin to grow yourself in the foundation of it. Okay, now that I know this is that, okay, this is this. How do I then learn it? What's the first step? What do I have to know first? Then you build yourself in them. So gain knowledge. You get better the more you learn, and also getting a mentor would also help. Getting a mentor would also help. It guides you. It makes your work less stressful and reduces the time because learning on your own is slower than having someone who has learned it to teach you. Then staying up to date. Tech world evolves rapidly. Follow the news, follow blogs. Try to keep yourself up to date. Well, if you begin to engage yourself in technology or find yourself in an environment that allows for advancement in technology, find yourself that being in that space makes it easier for you to stay up to date, makes it easier for you to be curious as to, okay, what's happening in the space today? How exactly are data analysts collecting data easily now? Or how are graphic designers combining colors easily now? How are social media managers increasing their visibility now? Stay up to date. Stay up to date. And another thing about technology, breaking tech complexities, right? Is technology, don't just come into the game and use what a man has given to you and stay there. Staying up to date also entails looking out for problems with which you can also solve by the tool that you already have and you are wielding in your field. You understand? Innovations. You can innovate on an already is existing innovation. It's possible. So stay up to date on news, stay up to date on problems and how you can provide solutions to them. That's a mindset you should have. If you do not have that, you just be a person who is not exactly wielding technology as a tool, but who is just trying to survive in a world that is run by technology. You are just there because you cannot do without it, and then you are just like, trying to follow the process. You are not wielding it. You're not building it. You're just surviving. And honestly, if you stay there for too long, you will still be overcome. You will leave you behind yet again. You will not stay. When I said doctor, Dr. Explore, I almost called him Dr. Emmanuel. He said doctor. When he was speaking earlier, he said a statement. He said we are all here, we want to make money using tech, and he knows that we all want to stay on top. That's an assumption, which is true. It's expected that everybody on this call is here because they want to be on top. There are many people on the top. I like to say that, and it's fine to have many people on the top. It's fine to want to be a pace setter. It's fine to want to lead the way and know that you're not the only one who would be leading it and be comfortable with that. So stay up to date. The third thing is grit and determination. Challenges are inevitable. So you're going to face a lot in growing. You're going to face a lot. You're going to face a lot. There's something they used to say then when a young boy falls sick. They'll say it's because he wants to grow tall. So growing out of where you already are is usually not easy. It takes a lot of work. You have to build yourself. Growth comes from pushing through all these challenges with resilience and grit. Grit, another way to describe grit is using the not yet principle. You don't know it, but then you don't know it yet. So you push harder till you get to the point where you know it. And then you know it. And then you feel like, okay, I'm not as experienced in this as I want to be. You keep pushing, you keep going, you keep getting better. Keep getting better. Life is one of growth, not just technology. Life itself is one of growth. So tech can get hard and make you feel like giving up. So whether you will grow is hinged on whether you quit or you continue. So that's all on how to leverage tech that I have for us for now and how to grow in tech. And let's also know that there are various ways. I even forgot to mention the hardware components of technology. Those who are the software programmers or the ones who fix our hardwares. There's a place for everyone in this. There's a place for everyone in this. And there's a place for tech, I believe, in everyone else's field. Thank you very much for your time. Thank you very much for listening. I'm going to be introducing again in case we had new persons who came in. I am Tonia Awele Ebube by name. I'm the head of marketing at TechBridge Integrated Services, a software development company located in Dutse, Jigawa State. I'm a tech enthusiast and a growing finance professional in investment banking and asset management. Thank you once again for your time. Thank you, Dr. Explore, Mr. Emmanuel Dewale, for this opportunity. If there are any questions, kindly pen them down. Oh, it appears Mr. Emmanuel is not on the call anymore. Okay, I'm guessing network had a network situation. Please, if you have any questions, we can pen them down. I'd have asked us to unmute, but truthfully, I would not be able to hear us. So if you have any questions, let's write them down in the chat box. Sorry, my network got interrupted again. It seems no one has any question. Is that not a bit problematic? So we all have no questions or anything we'd like to discuss, anything we'd like to share, maybe some myths about technology that we have heard, some tech complexities that we are not entirely comfortable with. If there is any, kindly unmute. Or if there's something you'd like to share with us more on the topic, kindly do so. The floor is open.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Good evening. Good evening. My name is Adora. You from Lauren State. I have a question, and although I might have my answer to the question, but I feel there are some people here who might be trying to find their feet in tech, and they might be wondering what aspect of tech should I go. Some people like me, I feel lazy to write code and all of those things. And there's this notion we had, I don't know how true it is, that if you are not really writing the C++, the Java, the the code, the programming, you are not interested. So I would love you to make some shed more light on it and make some clarification on what are the aspects in tech and how can you do tech if you are kind of a lazy person like me that doesn't want to do the C++, JavaScript and all of those things. Thank you very much. That's my question.
Okay, thank you very much for the question. Welcome back, Dr. Explore, Mr. Emmanuel. Welcome back,
Yeah,
sir.
thank you very
Over to
much.
you.
Network. Thank you very much. Okay, thank. Sorry, can anybody hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Hello.
Yes.
Yes, please, I can
Can you hear
hear
me
you.
now? Okay, okay. Sorry, I don't know. You can hear me. I did not get the feedback. Okay. Welcome back. I don't know what's wrong with my system. I had to just switch to my phone now. Um, Miss Tonya, I see you. Okay. I'm sorry I couldn't wait till the end of that. Network broke and I had to go fix it. Yeah, like the session has been amazing. Like I was even enjoying it. Like I learned a lot. I jotted a lot, and I believe everyone's also jotted from the session and has benefited maximally from it. So I would appreciate Miss Tonia for that wonderful presentation. At least a lot of us now have an insight to what technology is. Those that have been shying away from technology um, now have a glimpse or now has a change of mind to embracing technology. Now, Mr. Tolu, I guess you were asking a question initially. Sorry, can you still hear me?
Yes.
Okay, do you want to recap your question? Okay. Um, I guess it's not here. Um, there's a question in the chat box. It say, how can I keep my tech enthusiasm alive if I'm not yet earning from tech? Well, there are a lot of ways you can keep it alive actually. Let me speak from my experiences now. I got into tech some years back, 5, 6, 7 years back, and though not as complex as what I do today, but at least the introductory parts. Even I started graphic design. I started actually my graphic design started from pix mixing. Like there's this app, PhotoGrid. Sorry, can you still hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I started from PhotoGrid, Pixmix. I have one of my neighbors then, one big brother. He would just do some. He's an artist. He would do some manipulations on PhotoGrid, and he would give me challenge. I would pick it up and I would try to replicate the same thing and try to bring my innovations and everything. So from there we moved to. I started using Canva. From there I got to know Pixel Lab. Then I found Pixel Lab very more creative. before coming to system work. Now, one thing that has helped me along this journey is, yes, I was not earning money. I was not there was practically nobody to design for, or I was just doing for myself and just playing around. But I leverage volunteering. I join organizations where I can volunteer, and from there I started developing myself. I started learning more. From there I got referrals to, okay, they were like, okay, who did this design? Oh, okay, then they referred me. So from there I got, people got to know, okay, this is what I do. Then from there I started sharing. So I feel if you want to keep your the energy alive, if you want to keep on doing what you are doing, you don't want to feel discouraged. Yeah, there are times that you feel discouraged, there are times that you to be tensing. You can, number one, join communities, like places where you be challenged. When you see, okay, if you're a graphic designer, for example, when you see other person's graphics, you'll be challenged. You would want to, like, you want to replicate this thing. You want to see what is, how this person did this particular pattern, or how this person implemented this color or this effect. Like, it will spoil you up, even if there's no money yet. But that passion, that thing you are saying, because it's your passion, is what you want. It will spoil you up to want to do more. And from there, you are building yourself and you are getting yourself globally relevant. Like, you're also getting yourself in the faces of a lot of persons. That's when you are posting your works, actually, or building your portfolio. The other thing is join, be volunteer for organization. There are a lot of organizations now, but make sure you are not volunteering for organization that is ready to use you, like use you very, like use you. You understand what I mean? But organizations that are professional, that you know, okay, you are also learning organizational structures. You are also building yourself, developing yourself. You are doing work, and you know you are impressed doing it, and they value your work. They know the worth of your work. And if some organizations that actually pay, even if it's a structured fee, but at least stipend to keep you up or to appreciate you, you can join organizations like that. By so doing your work, you would keep the energy alive. And to earn, number one, you can start, build your portfolio, let people know, talk about what you do. If I do content creation, of course my content should be around content creation. Like, you should tell people, okay, I do content creation, let them know. Not building a brand in the dark. Like, you do graphic design, but basically you're telling us your lifestyle, and you are not really, like, we are not saying the graphics of, you are not seeing, you are not selling yourself. Let me put it that way. You're not selling yourself. So by so doing, but when you sell yourself, of course, little by little, people gets to know you. Your immediate circle gets to know you. Your you get to make more friends. You get to connect, network with people that are in the same field. And even if your immediate circle are not ready to pay you, are not ready to work with you, once you get to know somebody, oh, I'm looking for a graphic designer, I'm looking for this, you can, they can easily refer you, and you would seal deals, so by so doing. But in the space of waiting, keep developing yourself. That's basically, like Miss Tonya highlighted, or she stated, you grow, stay up to date. That's the part of growing. You grow. You don't sleep, like, okay, there's no work, there's nothing, there's no energy, I'm motivated and the like. No, you keep on growing, keep on learning, keep on knowing what, okay, how can you get better, what is the trending thing, what is the updated, what is up, well, like, how updated is my industry, and how updated am I to the industry, and what are they doing better, how can I do this better? By so doing, you would get to um develop yourself. So I think I have done justice to that question. um how do I get started with such tech? I have my phone here with me. I easily get tired of venturing into something that they will keep asking different questions, like loan, so frustrating. I want to understand, this person is not asking um a question around getting money to venture into something. Sorry,
Yes,
Esther,
sir.
can you clarify yourself?
Yes, sir. More like
Okay,
I
like,
want.
sorry, can you be audible, please? I can't hear you clearly.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes, better.
Okay. Um, I wanted venturing into some certain stuffs, but I don't have the money to get into that. What do I do? Like, what do I do?
Okay. That's a very beautiful question. I love that question. Thank you very much for that question. If you paid attention very well, if you listen to Miss Tonia's presentation, she highlighted some things. She highlighted some places where you can go and learn free without paying money. Now, when I started my journey, I can count. Okay, recently I started paying money actually, but while I started learning or while I started developing myself, they are basically free things I learned. Like I've joined in fact, I was telling somebody recently, like I have a girl. When we check the group we are in common, is about it's almost more than 70 groups because we do tech together. We do a lot of things together. Like we every opportunity to learn, we are there to learn and everything. And I was like, though we've grown over the years. Like I think we got to know ourselves 2017 or so. So we've grown over the years. So basically, what I'm trying to say is money should not be an hindrance. Money is good. Like taking a course is good if you have the money. Fine. I have courses I sell to people too. I have presently I'm doing a graphic design class for somebody. I have courses, but because you don't have the money to pay doesn't mean you should not learn. There are different places to learn. In fact, today when she was speaking, I got to know this EDX. I'm not sure. I think I've had EDX before. But I never knew it was a learning platform for free courses. So I would go and check them up after this course. Now, Coursera is there. Listen Learning is there. Udemy is there. There are some courses that are paid and there are some that are free. Now, YouTube University is my best is my go-to place. There are a lot of things I learned from YouTube. Let me give an instance. In some years back, I joined an organization. Somebody okay, I wanted to join something like wanted to volunteer for something, and it happened that the protocols. So I met somebody along the line. So the man asked me some question and I responded. So he was like, okay, I want to see you in my office. So I eventually got to his office and he was like, okay, ask me some questions and this. So I eventually joined his company. And after some time, I do graphic design, but I've never done branding at that time. So he asked me, this company, we want to do brand now, we want to do this one, want to do. He highlighted it. I just while we were seated, I went online and checked. Okay, what is this all about? What do they want? What's the output? So I asked, what is this person? He already had somebody to offer him that value. So I asked him, what is the person coming to do? So he highlighted some things to me, and I said, okay, how much is the person willing to? Told me the amount that they are looking for money to fix, and I said, okay, I wanted to be clear that the person is not somebody he knows and somebody I know actually. It's well, I'm selling myself anyway at that time. So in the nutshell, let me cut the story short. In the nutshell, I got that contract, though I did not collect up to the amount the person was charging for. But at the same time, I got the contract. No, but that was the first branding job I did, and I used it to build my portfolio. So I got the contract. I went on YouTube, so I was just watching. In fact, I can say I watched more than 100 videos around that concept of what I want to do, around the concept, around that course. So you can leverage YouTube. YouTube is there. The only thing is YouTube. You will listen to a lot of persons, and they'll give you their own perspective to it. Now for you to sit down and learn. Okay, why is this person doing it this way? Why is this person doing it this way? Why is this person doing it this way? But if you have the money, fine, get a course. You can enroll for somebody's course or go to an academy and everything. But if you don't have the money, while in the wait, you can start something, learn some whatever you want to learn something, and you'd be good with it. With time, when you start learning, people start seeing what you are doing. People will start patronizing you, and from there you can gather money and buy a course to get better. So that is it. So you don't have to wait till you have to collect. I'm not a fan of collecting loan. Of course, Miss Tonya today and a financial. I don't know. We are not doing financial today. Should have told you more of financial, of more of our financials. So you don't have to wait till you get money before you learn a skill. Even online, you can learn. You go on WhatsApp every day. You go on Facebook every day. There are communities where you can learn. So on Facebook, on TikTok, there are people that. Another thing you can do is follow. There are people that does things. Okay, video editing. Now there are people that does video editing. Follow them. Look at what they are doing. Look at how they are. There are some person that post tutorials. I read tutorials. Follow what they are doing. Look at how they are doing. Then replicate it. From there, you start developing yourself and you start getting used to the system and you build yourself. Then when you gather money a little, you can enroll for course. Even if you don't enroll for a top influencer course, at least a average intermediate level course buy. Then when you gather more money, you top up your skill. That's the place of development. You keep growing. With time, you be at the top, and you'll be part of those that are controlling the industry. So I believe I've done justice to that question.
Yes, you have. Thank you so very much.
Yes, you are welcome, ma. Um, Now, some persons will be asking, yeah, I've seen another question. Some persons will be asking, how do I discover the skill? Now, there are different tech skills. Now, I can use digital skills interchangeably, actually. So there are different tech skills. Now, we have data entry. So you don't have to be coding. Some persons believe, like I said initially in the introductory part, some persons believe is when they are coding, they are writing hash star, HTTPS and others slash slash. You don't have to be techie. I don't know coding till today. I think I started it sometimes ago, but today I cannot go outside and say I code. They can even slap my face. But basically, I've been in tech. I do content creation. I do video editing, so I don't have to code to be a techie. Yes, you don't have to code. There is data entry. Data entry is basically the way you enter your data. Recently, okay, that was I think 2 months ago. I enrolled for a course on I've forgotten the site now. But I wrote for a course, data entry course in Microsoft. So I started seeing some magic in Microsoft. Okay, previously I've had one of my boss saying he has somebody that do graphic design with Microsoft Word. For those that are graphic designer on this call, like they will be shocked. He does graphic design. Me, I do Photoshop. Some other person CorelDRAW, Illustrator, and the likes. But Microsoft Word is the list of software you would want to use for graphic design. But this person uses graphic Microsoft Word for graphic design, and he charges in dollar in Nigerian. If you cannot pay his dollar, you are not his client. Move on. So I enrolled for that course, and I started seeing some magic in Microsoft. I thought I knew Microsoft Word, but until I got there and I started like, wow, this is nice. So data entry is also a way to plug into technology. Data analysis, we have email sending, have digital presentation, where you present your slides, designing your slides. That's a skill you can learn. Search engine optimization, programming, virtual conferencing, social media management. You don't just go online. And there are principles, there are ways, there are people that understand this concept of social media. So look at all this, make research, and look at all these skills, and look at the one that matches your passion. The one that matches. If you're a person that loves you love design, or you love creativity, of course graphic design can be a go-to for you. So you don't be open to learning, be open to a lot of things, and you see yourself growing. Yeah, let me quickly check this question. This, as a student, I want to go into graphic design, but time is limited for me. How can I overcome it and learn fast? Because I have been watching videos on YouTube on CorelDRAW, but up till now I can't get. What advice can you give me? Okay, you've been learning graphic design on YouTube. Okay, that's interesting. Join graphic design community. Excuse me. Join graphic design community. I believe you can still hear me. Hello, can you still hear me? Sorry, is anyone speaking? Please, can you still hear me?
Yes, I
Yes,
can.
sir. I can hear you.
Okay. I want to be sure I've not been speaking to myself since. But you can join graphic design community, and if you have money, you can enroll for a graphic design course. But in the mean, you can learn a little bit. There are courses on YouTube where they teach you the fundamentals, but you have to take your time to learn. You have to take your time to learn. Yes, you are a student. You have to prioritize. You have to set your priorities right. You know when you are devoting to it. Well, I don't know how consistent you are to learning it. Another thing is you will take your time to you can learn. Our learning abilities differs, and our learning and depending on concepts to an extent, you can be very fast in learning your book, and skill might not be very very fast. So you have to know understand yourself first, one. Then number two, set out time, build time timetable. Okay, this from on Monday from 8 to 4, I'll be in class. When I come back, I'll rest say about 8. So from 8 to 9 or 9 to 9:30, I'm giving it to my correct draw. Then you set the timetable, then you set up structure that would keep you consistent. That it's not like, okay, today you say you are tired, you are not doing it again. Then tomorrow you pick it up again. Another day you say you are tired, you are not doing it again. Abba, you will not grow by that. By doing that, you will not grow. But make sure you're consistent at it. Then look at people that does it. I grew in digital marketing because I connected with somebody on Instagram, Mr. Poemak. Mr. Poemak is a business strategist actually. But then he was doing digital marketing, but now he's a business strategist. I connected with him in 2019. I just post on Instagram and I messaged like, okay, I would love to do this. And he was like, okay. I told him I was doing content creation that time. He tested me, gave me work, even if I did rubbish, but he puts me in his team and I intern for his organization. Then he attached somebody to tutor me at that time. And now at least he can boast that, okay, yes, this person has grown and he can give me some things to oversee and the like. So that's another way. Look for somebody that is into that thing you're doing. Then try to be relationship, but don't be this kind of demanding relationship. Like, try to offer value to let the person see that, okay, you are open to learning and you are ready to work, you are ready to do the work. In graphic design, I also have a boss, Mr. Okwe. Mr. Okwe can correct my designs then for 5, 7 times, and I'm ready to always change. And that was what has made me grow for this thing. So look for somebody to look for a model or a mentor who you'll be following that would also show you the way, and that will also help you to grow. I think I've answered that. I don't know if there's any other question. Mr. Abibu, I hope you're fine with that. And please, let me say this. Please don't leave that group. We're dropping up some updates from time to time. I'm trying to prepare something so that everyone that joined this call benefits. It will not just be this master class, but even after this master class, you can be followed up, or you can be tutored or trained in one particular skill or the other. So I'm trying to build up something, but I'm not ready on it. That's why I cannot say it now. But just be on the group from time to time. I will drop updates and I would you'd you'd learn more. So just be on the community. And when you have any update, of course, there are times I'll open the group so that everybody can communicate, so and everybody can share ideas. So the goal is for us to grow together. As I'm growing, you are growing. That's the beauty of the world. And the world is a better place. But if one person is growing and the other person is not growing, that person will be like a stone block or a way to pull the other person down. So let's go together. We are now one family. So from time to time, I'll be having webinars like this to I'll be bringing professionals, experts, so that we can also learn. I have another question here. I just started learning how to code. I'm getting familiar with HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and PHP. I'm always confused on the code to use. For instance, my lecturer asked me to build a workable calculator, and I have used AI to get codes for it. My question is it advisable to use AI to get code as a learner? Um, AI has come to stay. That's one thing we should embrace. AI has come to stay, and AI is not going anywhere. And Miss Tonya said something, and it's very beautiful. Okay, let me give us this analogy. Before, we used to have there's this picture that used to go viral. We used to have this um cameraman when we want to take a drone shot. We used to have this cameraman on an helicopter carrying camera up, right? Would be shooting from the top. But today we have drones. That's the technology in it that is converting instead of cameraman, helicopter, and the likes. So we have drone that can do the job. But now, can the drone operate itself? No, right? we still need the input of somebody. So human is still needed to control the drone, or we still need the human input to make it work effectively. Now, AI has not come to come to go, or come to replace, come to be a weapon. If you think AI is a weapon, I'm sorry. AI is a tool to come and make life easier for us. So now you telling AI to give you the code is not totally bad, but at the same time, hope you are not being deprived of what you should be learning. Like I made a post sometimes ago. Okay, I did not post it, but I was writing in my post in my content book. I was like, how to benefit maximally from AI. If I write a caption or I have content, I put it on AI. AI corrects this caption. AI can correct the caption, and I'll pick it and I'll post, or I'll pick it and I would go. That's good. AI has helped me, but AI have not helped me to grow. But how will AI help me to grow in this situation? Now, me putting that caption and AI corrects what is needed to be corrected. Then me seeing what it corrected, so that when I'm writing content again, I would do the right thing. I would not do what I've done. Because if I'm always depending on AI, one day I will not have opportunity to have AI, or I will not have opportunity to use AI. So it's for me to learn. Okay, I wrote I'm a boy instead of I apostrophe M. So I should know, okay, why is AI correcting this thing? Why is AI going this? Why is AI using it like this? Then learn, okay, this is it, this is it, this is it. So if there's a way to for you to generate code, fine, you can generate. But if you are using AI, know why AI is doing using that particular code, and also so that you will not be caught unaware when you have to do it, when you don't have an access to AI. AI actually come to simplify our job and make it faster, more efficient too. So don't solely depend on AI, but also put your intellectuals to it too, and by so doing you have an outstanding job than the other person that just depends solely on AI. I think I've answered that question. I don't know if there's any other question so that we can call it a day. So can you still hear me?
Yeah, we all can hear you.
Okay, thank you very much for the feedback. So I want to believe there is no question again. And I believe, sorry, you want to say something? So is anybody speaking? Abibu, you want to speak? Okay. Okay, I believe we have all learned something from today's webinar. I believe you have good take home, you have your jottings filled up. And like I said, don't leave the community. We are one family now. I'll be putting updates from time to time and giving us what we think, what would benefit us. Try as much as possible to follow through, and subsequent webinars to try as much as possible to join in, and also invite others so that we can all learn and grow together. Thank you very much, especially for joining in today. Of course, without you, the webinar cannot hold. So everybody is important. I value your presence, and I value you too. Thank you very much for joining. Do me a favor, what you have learned, maybe a key point or something that you are taking home